person that he is.
Yeah.
So amiable and receptive to all manner of people.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be able to do.
This very, very, very worthy cause. Gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the show. And lady, good afternoon to you. Conversations right here. So many conversations. And would like to say we are finally happy that you're about to go to the polls for this all important.
We had 12 people
Yeah.
who actually picked the nomination forms. Qualified initially, 3 because of they not being able to go again due to our constitutional provision as far as vetting and the questions, the questionnaires, and the aptitude.
For the disqualification.
Yes.
But the 3 who had to be disqualified by the end of the fact that they've been there before and couldn't go again. Didn't they know the constitution before they decided?
They are fully aware of the constitution provision. Some expressed the view that they know, but they know they felt this is a new constitution, so it is yet to begin its effectiveness. So that's why they came. Then the committee also was insisting that this is the constitution that was that board or that time the organization has been closed down, so this is a fresh organization that is starting. So we have moved to our big guys who are the attorney general.
That seems pretty fair. And how many people? Okay, you already mentioned, so you disqualified about 6 people in total. So 6 are the ones. Because we've had various conversations. We've had Uncle Rex Omar in here. And over the years, when you look at Chip that wants to pull the leadership down all the time, I don't know if you also get that kind of feeling from where you sit.
Yes, from where I sit. As a member, happened because of miscommunication and lack of communication. Communication is demand and supply.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day is destruction. So whilst the people down there need to be told and they are not receiving a supply, and then the fake stage, the longer it becomes the fake. So that is the problem Gamro is
suffering.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But another thing we noticed, a lot of them not even members, or they don't even know if they just couldn't be bothered.
Very well. They might have registered their works with Gamro. Corruption here, all these challenges, we are going to court, this faction here and there. If you are and you might decide not to, because it might not be attractive to you. But like I was saying early on, everyone wanted to get the quality of people that we need on the board. I mean, the CMOs out there are handling musicians and their product, the right owners and their product. But we are still in this tax force, Kojib, Fabra, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like they stream online. Why do I worry myself
With the camera.
to go somewhere that someone have to go collect it before giving it to? When I'm getting direct by myself, it's okay. So, I mean, and we are doing it the old way. So I think that might be the reason.
The reason. Okay. So you mentioned the elections and all that. So
On that small clause of it, we have written to Attorney
sorry, exactly which constitution misunderstanding are you
the
referring to?
Gamro constitution. It's
Cannot go
not
a third
more
time.
than that. Yeah. So we want for the Solicitor General or the Attorney General, himself, to yes. That was what we, the election committee, were told. But we have not got surely. But according to the outgoing boss, take us to court. It can be a legal action will be taken here and there. But as far as the committee is concerned,
Ever to the disqualification, how is that hindering you setting up an election date and going ahead with your election?
this music industry. Before you realize, someone will just go and play it, and so many issues. So we want since that portion is clarify it once and for all.
Anyway, when we come back, let me finish with this so I can bring the offer that are going for the
6
do the names come to mind readily?
Full names are some.
Don't worry. Yes.
And then we have Akwesi Ernest.
Okay.
And then Rex Omar.
Oh, okay. And
Hobson.
okay.
And then Reverend Francis Boahine.
Okay.
And then I know.
court. Diana Hobson and Reverend will not go to court. I don't know about Big Ben. But don't worry, don't go to court.
Committee, we are done with our work.
Okay.
Actually, last week we were supposed to meet with the EC, Ghana,
Yeah.
conduct any such
Any
elections,
such elections
for them.
for
Then we can go ahead and then allow our people.
So do you have a tentative date of Ifiba Consult, the marketing communication specialist, and Uncle Kennedy is a legendary broadcaster here with, and he's based in the mountains. Yeah. Yeah, he's also
Dreads.
Oh, you love dreads?
Serious.
Okay. Nutty dreads. Well, okay, that's good to know. Uncle Ken.
About her sometime last week when there was an she's a member of the elections committee.
Yes, she is.
She is the
Yeah,
secretary.
she is the secretary
to the elections committee. The coming into force of the election committee itself was controversial. Two constitutions, or you have revised your constitution, so that this committee should be a member of the board.
Oh no, even this one.
Even by somebody stable, who is not, who was asked to chair the committee in the person of Bandex. The outset had a committee that was in default of your constitution. Was that the case?
Yeah. Actually, that was the case. When we were inaugurated, it was supposed to be the chairman.
chairperson.
But he came and was like, he will not chair because Rex to continue to be on the board.
Okay, because he's a member of
because he's the member of
the
this
current
board.
That's time.
And that is true. Because he has never been in any of our meetings for more than 5 to 10 minutes.
This assertion.
That is the whole truth.
I heard him speak, but you made the point that you've just made,
Exactly.
and you corroborated his
And that was
his
the
point.
whole truth.
Uncle Ken, hold on. Let me interrupt you one bit. So, wait, what you're saying is...
Or he's going to the north. Or
So,
he
so,
has to
so what does he
travel,
come to do?
Or he is having a reaction of the COVID.
Do you give allowances at your meetings?
Yeah.
Yeah, sitting.
She says she doesn't know.
But you see when people sign?
Him. Yeah, I've seen the 4 of us sign.
You haven't seen him sign.
No, I've not cited him sign anything.
So there's a possibility he doesn't even take his allowance.
Who, as a committee, decided to vet the contestants?
Yeah.
Now, George, I know most of committees that superintend elections separate from the election committee. I know this because, for instance, committee for the past 3 years, 3 occasions in their elections, decided to vet the contestants without a vetting committee. Why did you not have
Previous elections that
you've had, that they have always had this?
They only had election committee.
Okay.
And then
The contestants that were disqualified.
yeah.
I understand. I heard a member of your committee speak as a member of the committee just this afternoon. And he did this morning, sorry. You met with Antia, and Antia sort of asked you guys, Elizabeth Tego and a reverend,
Yaps. Yao Ajim.
with the copyright administrator.
Yes.
And she advising that you do so in the interest of peace.
Peace, yes.
But there were 2 others.
Big Ben
Big
and
Ben. Those
Reverend
people,
Francis Boahene.
body that has contested for 2 terms is debarred
Yeah.
from contesting again. So have you accepted?
They have not come to us after the vetting. After we announced to them that the constitution from them, they've not come to us verbally or officially with any written note. Media everywhere. They are. Some of them have written to his board before, have spoken to his board that they are thinking they will be taking legal action against. It's just a new one that is just coming into force. And so we were of the view that this is not, because we have been elected as election committee members to conduct this board, and then they mean we should also stop selecting the 7 because this is a new constitution, and then choose the 13 and work with them.
Oh, okay. So that's the reason why you have postponed the elections?
Yes, we want the attorney.
My issues
Yes, so we
for me.
want them to give us more clarification, interpretation on. But don't come again because you have spent 2 terms. That one is we cannot
Now
approve
you,
of
you
it.
cannot.
It's here.
So I think that we've had a lot of conversation around institutions like music, like
Gamro.
I think Rex was here. We had a very intensive conversation.
Very.
And the bulk of the intensive conversation and payments due artists. I feel excited by the Secretary's submission to the extent that. So I would get into my submission, speaking from where Uncle Ken left off. Uncle Ken, so if
Of the board.
Yeah.
and so without limiting subclause 4.7, the organization shall have. So probably you're right to the extent that it cannot be limited to the 4 per se, and maybe at a discretion.
In their constitution.
Yes.
So
And
there's nothing like
a
room
vetting
for
committee.
a vetting committee.
No, I'm sure there can be room for that.
Yeah, but the
because
vetting committee normally comes out of
is to conduct the elections and the elections process itself, and therefore
Did it say the
ambiguities in terms of the rule that they might have to go through,
Okay.
and that might give people decided to apply for it. They need a screening point. So Ghana's Electoral Commission might say that, look, you are not 40 years, sound mind,
Correct.
With the evidence coming from your doctor, and therefore you are disqualified of assault. So it might not be important.
Sorry.
Yes, go. Shoot. Go.
Can I engage you on
Of
this
course.
just for a second?
Of course.
My point is, the members of the vet, other members of the organization, prior to an election.
Yes.
It raises eye, whatever you wish to call it. I can then make a case against you. That is why what I know as that.
I think in principle,
members.
I think in principle you are absolutely right that it would work. It's not just born out of mistrust per se. The interview of Kwame Rasta will be done by his peers.
Yes.
As an example, including I think
George
for me,
Quaye or-
yes.
you know?
So we can get
And
to a
George
point.
Quaye, yeah.
A vetting committee would make sense.
Yeah.
Again, George, let me take us to one of my favorite points, which is clause. Member of the board shall hold office for a term of 3 years. Is a new.
Okay.
Yes. Number 2, it says a member of the board may be re-elected for another term. And it's unambiguous. So
It's clear.
It's clear.
Yeah.
So for me, if I'm a member of the board today,
But wait.
office for a term of 3 years, beginning from the date on which he or she is sworn in as a member of the board.
Okay.
So I'm sworn in today, and more than 2 consecutive terms. So
Okay.
from 2001 to 2004, assuming that is 3, in 2004, and maybe I lose out, I can come back again and finish
course.
my second term of 101 law to say that if the individual so disqualified,
Sorry, again. Maybe I'm a little slow.
should I read
Does it say expressly that after the 2 terms you cannot come back again?
a term of 3 years, beginning from the date on which he or she is sworn in as a member, right?
Right.
A member of the board may be elected for another term,
Right.
Yes.
but not more than
Yes, because
Why?
it means that I can do 2001 to 2003, do 2003 to 2006, relax and come back in 2009.
after your
again.
of course after your first 3, if you're not.
If you
Then
are
in
not
that
elected-
case, someone like Diana Hobson should qualify. Not going the third.
Yes.
Third.
Oh,
It's very
George,
clear,
but
George.
guess what? She said that at the vet.
Especially Mrs. Hobson.
Hobson.
So I
okay.
want to help. I get that. And so for me,
Oh, then you can be a consultant.
of course,
You
and
don't have.
maybe wanting to be a part of the
Exactly.
board. So for me,
Exactly.
clause a little bit, unless of course again, you want to speak to a lawyer. But if you spoke to a lawyer, this is how he will read it. My 1 + 1.
Yeah.
Good. But not more than 2.
Consecutive.
Yes. Not more than.
Yes.
Who is right? George.
Let's even assume that George is right.
Because of the word
No.
consecutive.
George, hold on.
That is
hold on.
why. Yeah. Jifa, yeah.
Secretary says that.
Jifa.
Yeah.
Jifa says that they've written to the Attorney General's
Yeah.
department.
For interpretation.
Yeah, but courts that must interpret your constitution for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me understand. I want to understand why they went to Attorney General's department.
Because-
Constitution looks like the mother constitution is very clear that you cannot you cannot.
Consecutive. It means back to back.
Yes.
It means in succession.
Yes.
It means following.
Yes.
So if I do year A,
Yes.
and it says that not more than two.
Not
Hold
more
on.
than- it says
not more than two consecutive.
No.
After the two, is there no
It says
consecutive?
a member
under-
of the, okay,
Okay,
I'm just
let me
saying that.
understand.
I'm just
Yes.
saying that. I'm using
Uncle Ken, does it look like you people can sort this thing out?
my lord, I'm very sorry.
Council Rasta.
I mean, on a more serious note, I think that my comprehension of until the those who have been called to the bar come in with their look at it.
Rasta, hold on.
these
Anita,
guys-
let's see if we can call Council Samson Ladia
These
in.
guys are devils. I'm coming. Let
Yes.
me read it again.
Okay.
Term,
Right.
but not more than 2 consecutive terms. I'm not going to read this thing again. It's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
No,
you
because
won't.
hold on.
It's
A
good
member
you
of the
won't.
board
Yes.
may
May.
you can come to my house 2 days in a row, but you might not be able to.
That's where George was. But you see,
What does the Ghanaian constitution say when it comes to the tenure?
That's it.
but this
That's
one,
it.
you see, it is Gamro. It is Gamro. Let's say, yeah. And mind you, we are coming from a history of Kosga, where
Bosompra.
yes,
Yeah.
Bernard was the
administrator.
administrator.
Yes, and during his tenure, he was going to it.
Exactly.
I am tempted to think that the spirit of this sort of ambiguous clause, but then again, let's leave it open for
Okay.
if somebody comes on. I don't want to say
Did not debar anybody from contesting
Forever.
the number of times
Thank
you wanted
you.
that ailment.
Until Ken, God bless you for this.
But you see, Uncle Ken, the thing is this.
but they
You see,
have
Jesse
not
himself is getting where I'm coming from.
No,
Apply
You
for-
know why? George,
Stephen.
you know why?
Let's hear Jifa. Let's hear Jifa. Maybe Jifa can help us
Because all
understand.
CMOs all over the world.
Yeah.
Does not have.
That's the norm.
So
then
let
there's
me-
nothing wrong
so
here.
Hold on. So let me
So-
let me read the mother body, right?
Yes.
And let's see whether that's also ambiguous.
Yes.
So a 3 of this article, hold office for a term of 4 years, beginning from the date on which he is sworn as president of Ghana for more than 2 terms. It's clear.
There's no consecutive there. Sure, Mr. Bro. Because if it is a problem.
This one is not a
It is a
problem because
problem.
these people have not. They.
You see,
Exactly the
no,
point,
they
Kwame.
don't have to be excused.
No,
So
George,
they will continue
no,
on
George,
to the
they are
third
finding a
con-
solution now.
Yes.
They are
Oh,
finding
yeah.
a solution now.
There's a-
Hold on.
Not this time.
Hold on.
George, you've been winning so far. Don't lose it.
Hold on. Hold on. Jifa, how many terms has Rex Omar done?
One,
Couldn't you?
he did one time.
He did want them.
Did he even complete the one term?
No.
He didn't complete
He
the one term.
decided
So
to opt
he
out.
still qualifies. Based on this constitution, you have disqualified her.
Yes.
But the constitution said she can come another time because it's a consecutive. Didn't she do a 2 consecutive? So
What George is saying, and again, I'm not saying that I'm buying his argument.
Yeah.
She finished 2 consecutive
terms.
terms.
Agree.
This can just
but George, again,
outgoes-
the elections is not limited to chairman or
Position.
doesn't matter the
part,
position.
hold on. The constitution that we read, the part that said that this is her second term.
second term.
So that's the
After
second
holding
consecutive.
office,
Oh, so if
the ambiguous argument, the
Yeah.
ambiguity argument.
there's no ambiguity here.
No, as point.
Yes.
And so which one she needs
She
to
Yeah,
can,
that's the
She
point.
can
And she
come
has not
after this
complained.
tenure.
Yeah, Manchester United.
You are a devil.
Manchester United, we accept it.
Red
Red
Devils.
Devils, yes. And I'm saying if I constitution says consecutive, I finished my consecutive in 2010.
Yes.
This is
If
2021.
there is any such case,
now.
What-
Because
one-
she was chairperson or whatever in those 2 terms. Right now, she's a member of the board.
24.
yes,
assuming your interpretation is right.
It's
Yes.
right.
Okay.
yes. Now
They can wait
George,
and come back in 2024. Yeah.
It's premised on that fear of
Exactly.
somebody coming to
And
throw
that is what
spanner
the
in the
current,
works.
they just
He's pro the 3 who have been.
yes, he is now saying it everywhere that they are threatening
You're just the secretary to the
election committee, and we as a committee have not received any mail from
Any
any
mail
of
from
the
any of
3
them.
disqualified.
I think that Gamro, it's not like you are like you're forged in war, in litigation.
Right.
from birth. Even when the dust settles on copyright revenue and sharing, I would say you are cursed in quotes. Like with regards to people not moving forward administratively to court.
This very one is just like we said it earlier on, for
Yeah.
he was going from media to media. I mean, championing this cause of people being disgraced.
Going again, yeah.
And might even gotten the nod over there to be continue. These people have still not written to the election committee, but to his outgone board.
Just rumor.
But from where it is coming from, if it should be coming from
Because what is rumor?
anybody, something is coming towards Ghana, I don't think people will sit down.
Will sit down and-
So
Yes.
that-
Secretary.
Secretary to the
Election
Election
committee.
committee.
Yeah,
So there are things that she meant, incidentals that might be on the board.
exactly.
But I got an interesting call.
Yeah.
And the person asked a question. So I would ask the same
Go ahead.
question.
Active.
A retrospective effect or it continues immediately? That's a question the person said I should actually ask.
But
The
question
person
is
said
just-
it's
A retrospective effect.
Yeah.
Then it's so to say goes to nullify
Exactly.
the count zero.
Zero.
Because this was adopted in 2020,
yes, last year
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, if we find
has been on this tangent.
yes, of
all
what I'm
along.
saying now,
Or what you're saying now.
See.
Rex has been on this tangent.
should go back.
Should be what they use for the election.
Why?
Because those three people who had done the 2 terms can still stand for election.
Station.
Yeah.
And then I remember Uncle Rasta
Yeah.
saying as an example that the constitution that was used in the court wasn't the right constitution.
Yeah.
But the thing is that if I go to court and I make a claim, which one was his basis for going to court? Because once you take that to the court, then I would assume that you've pointed the court to a particular.
Okay.
So in this same case, if Gamro has 2 constitutions, has this been adopted? One.
No.
So
A new one has been adopted.
Hold on. Now, the matter that is in contention regarding those that have been disqualified.
Yes.
In comparing the new
George,
ones-
are we
Whatever.
starting with
Whatever.
are we starting with this
Exactly.
then?
That is where the problem
Now,
is.
my challenge here
Yeah.
is we seem not to, my former board chairman seem not to have problem. He has a
He
problem.
picks and chooses what to
Where
have problems with.
with.
So
That's not right.
No, but
But there's nothing wrong with that.
To be fair,
No, but that's not right.
let's allow him his opinions.
Exactly.
I'm
Whose
just-
opinions?
The former chairman.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that Uncle Ken, you
Cannot.
forfeit a.
That's all.
That's an example. Why you
That's
do that?
all. It makes it easier.
okay.
And
No,
can we willing not to have
honestly,
this
you
discussion?
will not have
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Okay. Just
how many?
let Rasta finish his point because we have to wrap it up on this one. We have about 5.
more
So
benefits.
again, my point is, and she just raised an interesting bit that sort of listen. This is Ghana. The arguments parliamentarians make that for as a reason they should be
Correct.
yes, I think that it
In
is
the same
most
vein.
effective here because amongst the, let's say, the next generation, I mean our generation, if you take Akwesi Ernest,
Has he walked in here?
yeah, I mean he came here a while ago.
Oh, I didn't see.
Okay, now this, and then you add me to it. You add Emel Kwesi Davis or Anoda Samabedu or anybody.
You're all newbies.
You need to sort of to slacken that particular clause to accommodate. So
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
it is not
But they're all there.
entirely.
Rex himself is an old.
If you've been around for a while, it helps. Now, so it might not be entirely in a bad taste to we are talking who is eligible. If you've done, or the English says about, because I love Gamro so much, in as much as she's not complained, I would want to use her for. I was
for
there.
how many times?
She did no, she did 2 times. Didn't she do 2 times? Dana Hobson, Dana Water. Yeah. I think she did her full 2 times.
But,
I
mean,
well, I don't
assuming without
remember. Maybe.
Did
admitting
Obor
that,
do 1 time or 2 times?
Obwa did 2.
Obwa did
2 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Transition to
To Gamro.
when she was the president. Listen, Sidiku Buhari was how they said the time that music really did hit its lowest ebb. I'll give it on the the
Gumroad
Gumroad board. And then you have, lack of a better word, relevant she's been all this while. What is it again that you can do to inform where the lawsuit is coming?
Can I throw you a spanner?
Please do.
I want to throw him.
Please.
Go ahead.
Because the rights to compete in that office.
Thank you.
So I get what you're saying. That you're saying that
In
if
fact,
you've
you
been there
have
for a long
actually
time.
helped me
Okay.
because, good, even on that front, you must have done something with your life to merit
Yes,
the two.
still on competence.
On competence,
Not on-
the worst.
Okay,
George,
again.
George,
Now,
George.
on
Hey, no, wait.
eligibility,
Yes.
We're wrapping up on this one.
Yes,
eligibility
we-
is to
be
To
there
contest.
or not.
wasting our
Okay,
time.
George,
I beg.
Oh,
I beg.
we have to
I
wrap
beg.
up on this
I
one.
have, I have.
Yes,
a-
Mama.
Hold on, one voice. Just about to read that from Mr. Amorin, right?
Yes,
Yes,
from
my
Comrade.
counselor. Yeah.
Or an amended constitution.
Yeah.
Now, Comrade says, if
Okay.
therefore it should be continuation from the earlier constitution. Now, I am saying that we are with it. So that's where it ends.
That's
Let
where it ends.
the
Let the lawyers deal
deal
with it.
with it.
Gentlemen, thank you
And
very
then we'll
much.
come up with a solution.
So, Auntie Jifa,
We are expecting a response from them before end of next week.
for interpretation.
For interpretation before end of next week. Yeah, right.
How many laps?
Ours
The
is
Constitution has a window,
no,
right?
ours is to conduct an election of the board members and then
So, the membership of Gambro are listening to you this afternoon.
yes, yeah.
Technically, it means Gambo is an
Just waiting for people should become just as they were when they saw the names that came up, the whole gamro of names that pop up.
Yeah.
They were like calm, all those agitating factions, everybody, only one
message.
First of all, this Benner boy issue
Yeah.
became rather the topic than the elections because at least these are the kind of people that everybody's background they know. Look at the Kwame Adinkras, Abner Rutis,
Yeah.
KK Kabobos, and the Sapo, and then the Gloves to come and deliver before he might not be getting the people, the titans. So when they are on that board, CMOs, in if not West Africa, in Africa.
Yeah.
And so that was what this, as usual,
Small trouble.
give the interpretation in no time. And then what is left now is one should not
should not create
discourage
any problems
anybody at all. We are on course. Gamro
Thank
is
you
going
very
to
much.
reality. So
Jifa.
that one too is an
Thank you very
agitation.
much. While you wait for interpretation, I would also advise that you take a look at that consecutive word you have in that constitution. Jifa, thank you very much for spending your
Thank
Saturday
you,
afternoon
George.
with us. We are super grateful. Thank you.
They will complicate the matters for the young man. The reason is this: if you study Rastafarianism, and weed is an illegal substance. It is not a substance that is permitted to parents for its school, including hairstyle. If you look at it plainly from that point of view.
Me survive, yeah. Oh, my music keeps me alive. Oh, yeah. Bun silly, yaga, Steely boy, diggy boy, na 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 nee. Bambili boy, rap up up bum, stiggly boy, bigly boy. Now I like say, the music makes the music man survive. Oh yeah, the rap Bambili was wow. 5 attempts without a hit. Imagine that. 1,000 demos with not even a single beat. I want God, this my sound and my rhythm. I'm moving forward, watching no criticism. I'm moving far away from the system. One man so and I say
Been observing this Achimota School dreadlock drama for some time. Here's my take. Rules are rules. And in many cases, the school.
man can't live without no music, and the music can't.
But have all these guidelines, rules, and regulations been truly helpful?
The music can't.
Over the construct of his hair, not his intellect, not his ability to become of a personal hairstyle preference or a debate triggered by religion. If it's an issue of style and preference, then I would lament racism. How will the locks make other students uncomfortable? How will the locks affect his performance? Or wait, will the locks perhaps turn into 21? Let's even leave the public schools and turn our focus on the private schools that allow any kind of hair preference on their premises. Do we have any records of any locks in school are insisting on that because it's a religious requirement they cannot forego? Then by all means, let's stand with Achimota, because allowing it could be a could yourself. Massaging institutionalized procedure to favor all, and who knows what religion B might ask for. A school like the military is a place to learn many things, but the most important from where I sit is discipline. Discipline, there cannot be real freedom. That's why more than 6 decades after obtaining independence, we still question our freedom because we have not been disciplined. Achimota School is undoubtedly one of the finest institutions we have in this country. The institution that nurtured and gave us legends like James K. Agri, Joyce Abebium, Bruce Reg Rockstone, Richie Mensah, former First Lady Nana Konedu Ajiman Rollins, Samia Nkrumah, TV star Bellamundi, and many more. I am pretty sure that better as that they all may be one. Is there a better way to express diversity? As educational institutions, Rasta is gentle, Rasta is wise, Rasta is strong, Rasta is obedient, Rasta understands and follows rules, Rasta do Rastas out there. Can we come together to fund these lads through private school? Until Rasta builds schools like rules Rasta must obey in everyone's interests. Words of the man Samini. And the studio, this one before we cross over to the Accra International Conference Center, the Grand Arena, to hear about 3 Music Awards. Stay on.
Multi TV would like to notify quality advanced S2 decoder from Syndicated Capital, which is on sales at only 150 Ghana cedis for the full set of any problems arising from the purchase of unaccredited boxes. Dealers are also cautioned that Multi TV will take action against installers or dealers who pass off unaccredited decoders as Multi TV dig boxes. Remember, the only approved 242532 or 050-1255-158.
Classical Lover Show is the world's greatest from the legendary composers in the classical repertoire. Please join Jeffrey each and every Thursday and Sunday, 12 a.m. to 1:30.
It's a new day.
All it's even that dream car that you finally call your own. But with one bank, you can conveniently protect your properties against future financial losses. One step ahead with Car Bank. For more information, call us toll-free on 0800 500 500. You can host him by Saham Insurance, a member of the Salam Group.
Car Bank, forward together.
The things we look at change.
Winning strategies, nuggets of wisdom, unforgettable stories. Or
bringing the future into the present.
A job is for the salaries, mundane, survival oriented, and there's no passion. But a career has fulfillment, innovation, drive.
Stay on Joy 99.7 FM and live on Facebook. Springboard is brought to you by Legacy and Legacy and Pension Trust with support from the graphic business.
Here's where we turn around.
At Doma TV and on 3 Music, as well as on Facebook and on YouTube. It's on Saturday, 27th March. Miss V, Jalid, LaRusso, Dinah Hamilton, Afe Grace, Kobe Sam, and many exciting HD Plus 3 Music Awards 2021 HD Experience partner, NASCO Electronics and TuneCore, with support Ghana Music and GeorgeBritain.com respectively, the Radio Advertising People Trap, and the Rave Media Group. 3 Music Awards.
The numbers have finally turned and taking the lives of our loved ones. But if we do the right thing, we can help stop the spread. Wash and experiencing COVID-19 symptoms, get tested. And if you're positive, don't self-medicate. Visit the nearest health center immediately. Wear it for mama. Wear it for daddy. Wear it for you. Do the right thing.
Yo, my name is Bulldog from Bull House Entertainment, and I'm urging you to listen to Showbiz A to Z every Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m.
You make me wanna rearrange
The show is proudly brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. And of course, we've also got High Five Chokomod from Casapreco Company. Read before I went on that commercial break is a post Samini put up on his Facebook. I think it was on Wednesday. Let's go have a chat with Samini and understand exactly what it is.
Great. Hey, you've managed to pull me out of my hiding place.
Yeah, Charlie.
I haven't spoken on radio or TV for a long time. I think since lockdown.
Charlie, we saw that thing you wrote. It's very long, but it's pretty. What exactly are you trying to say? Why? You have future plans?
Calm. But every time I want to express myself, I like to make sure I go, along for current ways of doing things. Because these days, people don't have time to listen to a song that's too long. So the same way, they don't have time to read in the sense that I personally feel that if the argument about demands and the fact that people should be allowed in institutions and not in one way or the other are conforming with rules and regulations of schools just across and nod, everybody else would be looking for that, and that might just be a complication. So in my opinion, I think that which matter is able to grow hair, and so we should look at whether or not an African with long hair look into trying to revisit the laws so that institutions would be a bit liberal when it comes to people's appearances.
That from your post too. What you are saying is that if the debate is about religion, then Achimota School should say no. They should not accept the students, just like they've taken that stance. I've been wearing half-boo since I was wearing diapers.
The half side is fading, so I don't know whether he wants to.
I'm saying if it is like something about a personal style preference, then that one the schools can now begin to relook at it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank you very much for narrowing it down. Basically, I'm saying the fact that they have locks, because you have predecessors of Achimota School that you are proud of who are carrying locks today. I think it's a bit harsh if you're doing this at this time in history where the world is open and how they appear.
Okay, I think you've made a fair point. I know we agreed we will not keep you on.
Right. Thank you very much.
Actually, thank you very much. I think you've made the point quite clear.
One love, bro.
One love, bro. And that's the man, Samini. Oh, Jesse. Oh, we should start from Rasta because Rasta is here. Sorry. With all due respect, this one there is very on the whole thing, actually. Yeah.
Now you they talk because Samini and I.
Everything, yes.
We suffer the same thing, and
you all wearing dreads.
In particular, because of my body part, which is my hair. You see, the young man who is headed court, I'm hoping to get confirmation so that I can donate to the legal effort. Harvard, Achimota School, I don't care. They should go to court. And I think that they are, you see, as Rastas, I'll tell you something. There's a priest, Bobo. Human beings wearing police uniforms, driving a police car. As to whether they were police, I don't know. This anything. Wait till they your pocket. Not till they my pocket. No, can't make we search you. They put the border back into his Legon. Kept him in a house which is looking like a because of the nature of his body part, the hair.
Let me interrupt you before we misinform the public. You said he was kept because of his hair, but you also said he was kept accosted because of his
George,
hair,
let me speak
but
plain
kept
English.
because an illegal substance was found.
Hold
Okay, yeah.
Marcus, uniforms.
Okay.
Put their hand in for his pocket,
and they came out with
emptied
this.
his
Oh,
pocket.
okay. So he was framed, as it were.
Yes, I'm not saying
Okay.
they are gonna. Human beings wearing priest clerical garbs, military, police, human, whatever it is, who do not look like. I have suffered and I continue to suffer every day. If today it has gotten to Tyrone or and them people, them are 10, and they've had their what society says are decent looking human beings. I do not have it. I live this crime against my person in this town.
Which shouldn't be so.
With regards to the school having rules that bars anybody looking like me into their confines or you are suffering is a century old. It's not just with like about religion, other religious sects, and how they regard people.
Wearing your locks, or is it just a braid style?
It's not long.
It's not.
I started not long.
Oh, okay. But this is how you intend to keep your hair going for it forever.
Never heard it so clearly, especially even from our lawmakers. This is Ghana.
Yeah.
Why those wearing locks? And then worst of all, the worst comment I heard last week from the.
I think I had something like that from Parliament. Yeah, I think it's a yeah.
You see, it is very, very unfortunate.
I think I played that before we. Yeah, yeah,
This is
that was pretty.
discriminatory.
Yeah.
This women, we have a lot of challenges and complications that when you are growing, and it started, chemicals. So if I choose not to apply chemicals anymore, and I leave my hair like that, that's it. So you don't want to be going to salon, combing it, so you lock it. That has become a crime now that you cannot associate. I mean, how? But last year, we are the same people who went to Jamaica and went to Barbados, the weed smokers country. I mean, this is not fair. This is un-Ghanaian. The Ghana with Achimota shouldn't have looked at the hair, but what is within that container?
But
the hijabs.
No, but you see, that is what I liked. The one thing I liked from Samini's post was the religious part. That it felt Kwame Rasta took it from a broader view, and I have a lot of Rasta friends, and look, a lot of the times when we sit, some of these conversations are the ones that come up. That will be conducted when you are alone.
Human beings in this country.
Well, that is why we should use this network to ensure that hatred is not created. Let me bring
George,
Jesse in
George,
and
before Jesse,
just very briefly, because we have to go to Sadiq at 3 music. Yeah,
I sat here a couple of weeks ago, living my adult life, knowing that I belong to a minority.
Right.
And I saw Rastafarians, by and large, do not, they abhor like LGBT, tend that my issues or issues that confront me and bother on my safety, as we are all in the same bracket here. So, I mean, what is good for the geese is good for the gander.
Yeah.
I think are on track.
Yeah.
So I'll pick a bit of what both of them have said.
I've said.
I'm an individual to be heard and to be.
Yeah.
Versus the decision of the collective to have rules. But George, where are these rules coming from? Somebody would say that the rules are coming from Aifka a little bit. And if I take you back, I grew up in Bubuashe.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm going back from my conversation is not about Achimota School. As a young person, growing up in Bubuashe, I don't say it disparagingly, yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying it out of
yeah.
I want to say the way they would say I'm for her. So the appearance becomes the first indicator of the conversation itself. George, so being clean and neat has been a part of the construct we've always grown up with. Again, that's you see, so I see I'm building your mind to the same vein. Cast your mind back, and they've made a point earlier. Ghana Police Service, George, in my pocket, and I'm sitting with 10 Rastafarians. And Ghana Police Service hears that somebody is selling weed in an area, and the Rastas don't have weed in their pocket. Again, George, it feeds back. George, it feeds back to the social construct.
Yeah.
Go through the airport. His hair no be Rasta, but he do those things good. So even at the immigration, part corporate Ghana today, before I get to Achimota, I just want to give you a history. Pick corporate Ghana today, pick Multimedia's employee handbook. Just check.
No, I don't see.
Go to EcoBank, Ghana Commercial Bank, Barclays Bank, APSA. They to tie the thing in a way, you see, the system itself does not allow these conversations to happen. Let me give you another thing. Would you listen to him?
Most likely not.
Most likely not. Not because it's not intelligent. So the conversation is not about what's been stereotyped into thinking that the concept of Rastafarianism is about radicalism. It's about gunshot. It's about weed smoking. It's about can agitate for social reforms. And how would institutions change? Institutions themselves can change internally, or we speak to them with emotional cry on social media. Should the reforms happen immediately? We started complaining about Ghana Commercial Bank having long queues. So I'm just saying that George, we start complaining immediately. By the time for the transition, we've socialized them to believe that not looking decent is not good. So the school makes rules. The school rules are made by who? GES has guidance.
Yeah.
The school administration also creates rules.
Yeah.
And the PTA, which includes you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cut your hair.
Trunk, chop box, cut your
Bring
hair,
trunk and
trim
chop
your
box.
fingernails, no long nails, no...
Those rules were things that they can find other schools to go to. And I hear there are scholarships that are being given to
So
them.
I hear, yeah, that some private institutions
Yes,
have decided to upbringing that if I took or my sister brought a Rasta guy home, as compared to, and then the prejudice and everything, you know, don't you think that this would have been a sterling opportunity for Achimota School to
insult? There are rules that govern us.
Yeah.
When a politician steals money and the Attorney General's Department or auditors are not prosecuting him and they allow him to walk around, what do we say? They shouldn't implement to the latter?
No. I agree
I'm
with
coming,
the implementation.
Just,
Yeah.
I come.
Yeah.
So the school, and don't forget, the headmistress is not the creator of the rules.
No, she
cannot demonize and call Achimota regressive because
I
the
get you.
rule is a rule.
I get you.
Now, again, you asked the question whether much. Unless you think you're asking for too much.
How so?
Our police have failed us in profiling based on the way they actually look. He enters a bank and there's an issue. Everywhere they go, there's a particular issue. And I'm saying that pick corporate Ghana's collectively. But don't expect Achimota to change because you are crying on social media.
I get you now. Yeah.
So that at the end of the day, this will lead to a broader conversation on acceptability across board.
Yeah.
But why insult? What's the point? Let's
Jojo
go through it
and find a way
Look,
forward.
I listened to the boy speak on Ivan Mensah's show.
Brilliant boy.
Look, fantastic boy.
Brilliant boy. He would make a great
and
debater.
I honestly feel that, look, if I took the liberty of going into one of the girls' schools, right, to take a look at the rules that exist in there.
Yeah.
What's the legal age for sex in Ghana? If you have sex on campus, you'll be sacked. Why?
Because you're not supposed to.
It's not a place for sex. It's a place for learning.
See, we start. I'll give you the school's name. It says that if I abort a baby on campus, I should be sacked immediately. Yet part of the left would say, but I'll be sacked immediately. The rules within our education institutions, if all of them are told to us today, and to be honest, some of the rules are good for the protection of our kids. I'm not saying the Rastafarian one protects the kids.
There are a lot of messages coming in on this one. We'll have to try and read them. So let's do this quick, and then we can go in. Your
You
take.
are asking me to do mine quick.
I wanted you to start. You said no. So let's go.
And it's just picking up from how you ended. She says the best interest of the child should be the guiding principle in all, and that's the way it seems at the moment. Now, George, the reason I didn't want to start is simply because this week, insults, what haven't I heard on this matter? But then again, we can't go on like this. Everybody having an opinion. So what did I do? I went back to the Constitution because I realized that in this country, we pick and choose parts in our Constitution. Article 12. It says, the fundamental human rights and freedoms and all other organs of government and its agencies, and where applicable by all natural and legal as provided for in this Constitution. It says every person in Ghana, whatever his race, place of origin, and freedoms of the individual contained in this chapter, but subject to the respect for the rights. Well, then the most interesting part is this. Article 14, to buttress their points. But a lot of them refuse to read further in its entirety, not in bits and pieces.
Don't pick and choose.
Don't pick and choose, George. Article 14 then goes, except in the following cases and in accordance with procedure permitted by law. I will go for E. E states, for the purpose of the education of these kids going into SHS, they haven't attained the age of 18 years. So the educational out to say that for the purpose of education, It's in there.
That's why I
Thank you,
wanted to
George.
contribute to their lorry fare.
Yes.
To go
Contribute
there
to the lorry fare.
and you see, George, Mr. Papa, and then an older man was like, oh, it's your piano. See,
oh God,
and you see, so
Typical.
if she didn't know, I repeat, we need to shift the focus from this.
All right, let me just take these few LPMs. The conversation goes on. You can be a part of it. 0551. Yes, it's 3 Music Awards. It's music's most anticipated night. Catch the live HD broadcast of the 4th annual and on 3 Musics as well as Facebook and YouTube via 3 Music Awards. Joy Prime Official. I'm in live. We've got Kitty Kwesiatha. Medical is there. Joey B. Chris Waddell. Jackie. Dead People. Kweku Flicky Out Thog. Kobe Salm. And a lot more exciting performances. 3 Music Awards 2021 is presented by 3 Musics and Joy Entertainment and powered by Boom. Supported by Volta Hotel, Akosombo, Account IT, Grand Arena, the Radio Advertising People, Trap, and Rave Media dazzled the audiences with their display of rare intelligence and academic prowess. Now this year event promises to be a lot more fun, and test is going to be live on Love FM and Ghana's first educational channel, Joy Learning, supported by Alpha and Omega Publications. On Joy Prime, Kiddie Quizzes on Tuesday to Friday at 3:30 p.m. Remember that all COVID-19 Omega Publications and Joy Learning. Keep learning. Extra special products as well as LG Blue Tech, Sencor, Samsung, Media and NASCO home chance of win extra whopping prizes like television sets, ACs, fridges, chest freezers, and a lot more in a live draw. Don't forget to come to shop or call or WhatsApp them on 0243143143 for all inquiries. CompuGhana's got elders say it takes a village to raise a child, but what if there's no child to be raised in the first place? Kokroko Charities is back at it again to appeal for 0# to donate towards buying infant incubators to save premature babies. That is very, very, very important. 70# on our network to donate any amount. Yep, and if you donate, you enter a live draw. That's the drums, freezers, and a lot more. So just dial *713*70#, and the first draw takes place on Easter Monday, April 5th at the Accra Mall. For always, MTN has always wanted you to experience the safest and most secure way to enjoy your Momo. That's MTN Momo. That cash and just handling your transactions in a safe and secure way. That's why we're good together. Just Momo it everywhere you go. And I'm how is it going, my brother?
Maybe small, but we're on it.
Yeah, I mean, I was there earlier. The show starting exactly?
It starts at 8 p.m. exactly. We're going live at 8 p.m.
Okay, here's what I don't get. This show is virtual. You do not have an audience, but you are doing...
We understand. It's over. I don't want to give up the idea because, I mean, then the surprise element of it will be lost. And so if you go too much into it, the surprise elements will be lost and people may not really have it. Obi, Acrobato, Lexi, and Co. will take you up on that.
Now, I don't know. So if we are not paying and it's free, where are we going to be watching it?
We are not paying. It's free. It's live on Joy Prime TV. It's also live on YouTube on Joy FM YouTube page. It's live on Facebook as well on Adum TV.
That's what coming to determine who wins what.
Well, I mean, for most people, and also because it's of those that will be here, we were just only having few and just a limited number of award presenters and some
Rasta wants to find out why there's no Rastafarian presenting an award tonight.
Rastafarian don't do so how.
Okay. And kudos, well done to you, well done to the team. But which are the companies out there that have helped pull this show? And
it's Boomplay Music. Boomplay is the number 1 music app in Africa. HD Plus, got TuneCore, which is an international digital music aggregator. NASCO Electronics, and supported assets out the fact that 3 Music's most likely going international. It's gone international because TuneCore is an international.
Sadiq, your biggest international partner is the multimedia group because Joy FM is listened to live in Sarajevo and Papua New Guinea. You know,
That's
we're
right.
global. Thank you very much, my brother. The team is here. Uncle Ken, would you like to say anything? Yes, Uncle Ken, go ahead. Uncle Ken wants to say Sadiq.
But no problem. Yesterday, Sadiq was on Hits FM in the morning. Talk about this. The message, I want to read it to Sadiq.
Please go ahead. Sadiq, are you listening?
Sadiq, are you listening?
Yes,
Yeah, he's listening. He's listening,
I
Uncle
said,
Ken. Yes.
Yes. In the midst of all trials and tribulations, and his exemplary eye for detail in executing his project.
Zungu boy doesn't cry. Zungu boy doesn't cry.
But because this is very emotional, and I mean, telling you as it is and telling you of your mistakes.
Definitely.
I mean, wherever it is.
Congratulations. Well done. Jesse, any word for Sadiq?
All the best.
Yeah.
I hope that next year you would invite me to come.
Exactly.
All
right. Okay, Sadiq, I understand you're busy. Don't worry. You get back to work. We'll see you later in the evening. Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
There's a reason why you probably might find a lot of Rastafarians.
One sec. My messages have disappeared. Please bring them to the screen. Yes.
I think there's a reason why you probably will find a lot of judgmental.
No,
feelings.
we are not judgmental.
They are probably very expressive.
Yeah.
And if we change for the better for almost
Nabuaji,
You
our
know
foundation.
that she sent a message saying that I think she felt that we were saying that the law doesn't say you can have sex at 16. Consent age is not go and have sex
with anybody else. It's supposed to be consensual sex.
Yeah.
So she's stating a matter of law. We're also stating law. Anybody who rapes anybody should be killed.
No, I think there are two issues. Exactly.
If I was 17 years, and my girlfriend was,
but you started at 13
years,
was it 7? Okay.
If I was 17, who might prey on 16-year-old?
Yeah.
But I think to be fair, there's no sex like unconsensual sex. Anybody who does that.
I support the idea of that the laws of the Achimota school must be upheld. If the Rastaman feels that Achimota school is the best school for his children, it is because the school has rules, regulations, and standards. We were caned for breaking school rules. Today, let a teacher cane someone's child at SHS, JHS, or even primary school, and you see what are not receiving the best of discipline, and this is breaking the moral fiber of our cherished society. We go nude. So my word goes class. What will we say then? We have to watch all these things so that our society does not break down, please. Joseph from Kanda sent that one through. And this one says, wonderful submissions inside Abilinkwe. GQ, I'm sure the Rastafarians and foreigners who came for the year of return will be revisiting their notes on Ghana. The colonialists have really done a lot of damage to us. Charles inside Legon sent that one through. Is itself perpetuating a new kind of illiteracy that no longer has a place in our society. To think of it, why should even females? It's absurd and very, very primitive. This one is from Shem Mixon Yaboa. Shem Mixon Yaboa sent that one in for doing the listening. And a very good evening to Mr. Amorin. Also sent, Jifa, Mr. Amorin has a message where he says, you should know that in Jamaica, Rastafarians
to be a large portion of the population because of their prominence in the music sphere.
Yeah.
However, this isn't backed by facts.
Yes. Till the use of marijuana is made legal, these profiling will not end all.
Okay.
Yeah.
George.
Yes.
Belated birthday to message Rastat, and I had to activate my Facebook account.
Welcome back.
And then when I did that, the first friend request I got was I actually reported the account. Listen, in as much as we've taken a position, the war is raw. If you are from anywhere, check it.
By the man Philip Nye, and it was, the one who held us down mostly was Anita right here with us. And also we've got Selwyn who put us on social media. DJ will better give us the music. Next time for being a part of the show. The news comes up next, and then Bele is going to bring us flashback. Here is Miss V.